live on very many platforms. Yes, thank you for everyone who is joining. Thank you for guys on X. I can see we already have you. Thank you guys. Yeah, so today we have a very good show, very different. Very different. Today I'm not the pro. The real pro. Okay, yeah, I have a business person who is a guest, as you can see on the poster. And the guest is called Francis Moneke, or the Duke of Moya. That's his name. So we shall be having a very nice show, and I hope that you shall like it. Yeah. So we shall just wait for a few guys. I can see you bado hatujapata. So I'm waiting for a few participants. And you can see I have a different page altogether. But I learned that somewhere very different for me to handle this. Yeah, I just said hii live ni part time yangu. Naona tumejaa kwa wengi. Yeah, thank you. Next tunaendelea kwa wengi. Yeah, so the show is, and guys, if you have any question, mjengo, anything, ask. Don't mind asking questions. Okay? We are here to be, napenda maswali sana. I like being asked questions. So if you have any question about mjengo or any other question regarding business, I know today is quite different because of the guests we have. But if you have any question, ask any question. I shall answer any construction question. I think I have a wealth of business that I can share my wealth also, my knowledge on business. If you have a question on business, and my guest today, acha hata niwashe kamera yake. Sorry guys. Okay. Sorry. Mi kitu yangu inakwanga one man show. So yeah, here you are. So my guest today is called Frank, and or the Duke of Moya. And Bwana Frank.
Hey man, how are you?
Yeah. So yeah, setup ikoje?
Hey man, nimekwambia
One man show.
tulianza na investment kwanza kucalculate. But anyway, you're doing an amazing job.
Okay, thank you, sir. So as you know, Frank is a business person in Moya.
Yeah.
And he owns a business called Baraka Rice Millers.
Yes.
And Baraka Rice Millers, guys, is they mill rice, basically. Bishori rice. And hopefully mnaweza nisikia. If you have any comment, kama kuna any audio issues, you can tell us, but I don't think there is any audio issue. So Baraka Rice Miller imekuwa, and when I was selling rice, kama sijaikuambia, my first YouTube videos,
because I'm telling,
nilikuwa naonyesha watu ile mchele ulikuwa unanipackagea. You remember how you packaging it for me?
Yeah.
If you go to my channel, by the way, let me show you guys. If you go to my channel and then you go to the oldest videos, I have videos when hiyo time hata sikuwa naweza kuongea. Baby, me talking to the camera,
yes.
That's the reason why I'm doing the lives.
Yes.
I'm teaching myself because I realized that coming up with concepts. So I'm doing this for this month. Sijui kama next month taifanya, but I'm committed this whole month. It doesn't matter the topic, whether I'm even going off topic.
Yes.
But I have to teach myself to speak in front of the camera.
Yes.
For me, it has been a struggle.
The consistency is what has been working for you.
Yeah, consistency. But shida ni anytime nimekuwa nikishika kamera hivi, words zinapotea.
Are you sure? Because I couldn't see it when I see the videos.
Exercise na practice.
How many takes were you doing per?
Kuna video I won't try. Yeah, affordable housing juicy. I did almost 5 takes.
Are you serious?
Na sahi ni juicy. It's the latest video other than the live videos. That's the latest videos. And then last week after I did a few videos, I did 2 videos, 1 take. Nikamaliza. Moja ilikuwa naongea mambo ya off plan and the other one even I can't remember nilikuwa naongea juu ya nini. But I did 2 videos, wrote a script, understood it and did 1 take each. Nikienda huko wengine, and that's just 1 week after doing lives, so
Yes.
that I'm more confident
Yeah.
on the camera. So that's it's neither here or there, guys. Now we can as I was saying,
Yeah.
if you go to my YouTube, let me show you guys my YouTube, let me share it here.
It's been a journey.
So let me share my YouTube here, at least on what I'm trying to. Let me share something here. So if you go to my YouTube, this is my YouTube.
Wow, 27,000K followers.
Yeah. Now wanatuwatch, what people are watching us. So if you go to the oldest video.
Yes.
One of the oldest videos, these are the videos nilikuwa nachukua nikiuza mchere. That is 4 years ago. Na hii ni ile mchere ulikuwa unaniletea. You remember it, even the packaging. Let me show you.
I like even the captions of the video.
Yeah.
Making delivery is cool.
Yeah. So these shoot. Yeah.
Oh, the scooter, by the way.
Scooter. You see, penye tu ulikuwa unaniletea sawa, nafanya deliveries. By the way, hii ndo biashara yake, guys. And he was packaging wewe ulikuwa unanifanyia 5 kgs, that was my requirement. 10 kgs na 20. And then after clientele.
Yes.
And I remember nilianza na 60 kg, nilienda almost 4 months selling. Hata iko inaenda. Iko inaenda bana.
You know, at the beginning of every business, you know, when you find the business being very easy at the beginning, always know that there's something around the corner whereby you're going to be hit with the challenges that you did not expect. But sometimes, mostly, it's at the beginning because it's a preparation. For the long run. Yeah.
So that was the initial business that nilianza. And thank you ulinishikilia mkono hiyo time ulikuwa unaniletea mchere, hata uniitishi pesa, hata nang'ang'ana nauza na kutumia do, which was nice. So that's where I came to know you. And then all of a sudden tukajua, as you said, kama unaniuzia mchere kumbe ni kuuza.
That was came as a shock.
And it's
by the way, and that's when I think it's important that families in Ambangwa, they need to have more gatherings. So that they can get to know all their relatives, you know. And you might find that there's a place that una struggle kwa biashara yako, and a family member, a family relative can be able to help you out there. Not that it's wrong, but I think most of the businesses in have grown, family businesses have grown out of being able to, you know, to create the networks among themselves. As long as you're able to maintain mutual respect.
True. Na kama tungekuwa tumekosana tujue sini makuzo, ingekuwa issue. So you are here as the CEO of Baraka Rice Millers.
MD. I don't know why I always avoid the word CEO. I prefer the MD. I have never known and understood why. But with the time I guess I need to research more on the two differences. Unless you help me.
Okay. Chief Executive Officer, Managing
Director. One is because mainly because when you find the CEOs, most of the CEOs are going to be in the office daily. Like that for me, it's a bit different from that, because even at Baraka, for me, I'm more just the board of directors. I'm the board of directors. I manage the board of directors. I have empowered my people to run even without me being there. I think comes from the background that this Baraka, for me, I began being involved with that when I was employed. So I learned to, first of all, create systems to work without me being around. For me to come and resign is because I felt like now it's reached a point whereby the growth demanded me to be more around.
So by the on the resignation part,
yes, we did a video by there on that.
Yeah, you are working on a media house.
Yeah, I was working in one of the media houses in the country. I've done Citizen, and then I got an offer during COVID from KTN. I know many people are shocked that I left Citizen for KTN, but during the COVID era, you know what happened? There was a lot of cut costing, and most of the people had, their salaries had, deductions and all that. But KTN gave me an offer whereby their offer was a bit bigger than what I was receiving during the COVID.
Yeah.
And for me, it was a big risk to go to a company that is not at the status of a citizen.
Now, kulikuwa na rumors of struggle.
And in fact, the greatest challenge about standard, and of people who are pushing me not to go into it, was more of the culture change. Okay. I've come to realize that culture in businesses is a key thing that you need to understand before you join any company. You need to prepare yourself. And I think with the time I struggled with that later, because I come from a place whereby there's a lot of, there's not so much pressure. Not that they don't have this pressure, but you find that there's some pressure that needs to be managed. Okay. You understand? Yeah.
Okay. Ni poa. So ukatoka huko and then sasa you joined ukarudi. Basically ulitoka mtaani ukakuja Ucha.
Man, a big change. Wow.
And then now a house business. Sasa hii ni miaka 3 since ama ni 2 since utoke. I think this is the third year.
I resigned in 2022 December. So I don't know how do you count those years.
So this is the third year. Inaenda. Sasa we are on the third year.
It's 2 years. Because that means 2023, 2024. Yeah. I'm in the third year now. Guy.
Since what? And guys, if you have any question for Moneki.
What do you mean? I'm in the third year since resignation.
Yeah.
Woo! I had not known, but let's call me Hesabu.
Who realize that?
One is because maybe at the point of resignation, for me, I thought it was more of like a sabbatical. Okay. I had taken it to be more of like a sabbatical leave for 1 year. Okay. And when it reached 2024, I'd even worked on a suit. I had an offer somewhere in a media house, okay, and I was going to get a good amount of salary. So I had prepared my suit in January 2024. Yeah. And
2023 or 24?
You see, now I resigned in 2022 December.
Okay.
So 2023 is my sabbatical for the whole year. And then my second born has been born. So I've been there and I may hold up. I work with my wife. So my wife was to go for like a leave for 1 year to take care of her kid. Okay. So I saw like, instead of employing someone, let me take a sabbatical leave. So in my mind, I was like, I know there's an offer coming somewhere because the discussion had already begun. And when you're good in what you do, there are people who are going to wait for you to be ready. And I knew, for me, I told them I'm going away for a year. And they were like, 2024, let's talk. So we began talking before the end of 2023. So I started working on my suit, which at the moment cannot even fit me. Nimekuwa mkubwa. Hiyo suit iko hapo by that time nilikuwa naambia my wife, man, I need to work on how I can, because hiyo suit nimeivaa tu once. I was going for a position for a manager. Okay. But unfortunately, even after working on the suit, something happened along the way. In January, I noticed the business is heating up, and I can't walk away at that point still, because you see there was an impact of me being around in 1 year.
Okay.
Yes, there was an impact. It's different when you are giving instructions. It's different when you're giving instructions and they know that your presence is there. Because you see, I would drive from Nairobi twice in a week.
Yeah.
So you see, someone can act on what you've said for a number of days because he knows this guy is not around. Yeah. But when you're around, there's some execution that is done because this guy can walk in anytime. Yeah. And except when the staff wamekustadi wakaona huwa anakujanga Wednesday, anaenda Nairobi, anakuja tena Saturday.
Yeah. Inakuanga issue na biashara mingi.
Many people have closed because of not that the business is failing, but it's because your presence is not there. So you have the wrong people.
Now, how, by the way, do you know biashara kama Coke? Ama these big businesses, how do they manage? How many systems zao zinakuanga very efficient? Because see, I had a distributorship ya Coke. Now someone says, let's go, sir, good job with my hits. So we shall come to my hits by then. Yeah. Thank you for that, Batman. So as I was saying, sorry.
The part of why people struggle with businesses, especially when they are away.
Yeah. Na biashara kama these big businesses, mi sikuona by the way, a business like Coke to make roses, hiyo ni story. Hiyo ni story. Unless sasa their expenditure increase, but see story na ati workers are stealing or things like that.
Yeah. You see what happens with most of these businesses, because let me say this. The thing that transformed my business model and also the way of managing business was during COVID. The moment we were told musicians to entertain us and TVs to entertain us, for me, I took that as a way of learning. Okay. So there are people who learned to dance. There are people who we studied. Not that I went back to school. Like for me, YouTube became my school. And we were just discussing with you how all this you're being able to do. You know, you've not gone to any class to study media. But you see, you have achieved, so much in this space that people who have studied in media, some of them are still dreaming of how to do this. And I was just with you telling you that I'm seeing you going through this setting up of this live, and you're reading through all the instructions on the computers and all that. For me, I'm wondering, like, hey, how did you get all these systems that you have to merge together? You understand? So for me, I would say that in 2020, and I remember telling a lot of people, it's like the whole world imeambiwa stop. Now we are starting to run. Okay. Are you getting my point? Yeah. So when I learned about that and then understood that for the first time ever in India, they could see the sun. For the first time ever in India, they could see the sun. I learned that what matters a lot is what am I going to study in this house, because we were not moving. So I did a lot of studying around Coke. What is Coke doing? How did Coke start? What did Amazon do? How did they start? And you realize that most of all these businesses, they have one thing in common. It's the same. First of all, the founders took the risk. They did not do the Haina way of nimekanyanga hapa utapasuka. It literally also happens in business. There's a part that you reach and say, I want to take a risk in this. No, unfortunately for the culture in Africa, you find the culture in Africa, we are so much into this aspect of what is it? What would I call? I'm sorry, someone was trying to call you and it might put me off my line of thought. You see, what happens is in Africa, we are so much under pressure to prove to the community and not to prove to ourselves. So there's someone somewhere who has got a great idea, but doesn't want to risk into it because 100%. He's afraid that people of what they're going to say. 100%. So you find the founders in Coke and Amazon, like the guy in Amazon, he was a vice president.
Yeah, and somewhere else making.
Not even somewhere else. He was a vice president in a big farm in New York, a farm that was doing analysis of figures, because it was like these companies we call investment firms. So he was going through figures for big companies, like in Walmart and all that. He was going through this data. So this data, crazy data, you see, it was all in his head. And he, by analyzing all these data, he came up with the idea of Amazon. And he took a risk of resigning from a position of a vice president.
Yeah, with a good salary.
The president was, yes, with a good salary. And then the president was, are you crazy? And if you watch even the series, if you watch the movie, if you watch the movie of Amazon, how it was created, you find even that he was saying, he has a sit down with the president and you're like, are you going to sell books? You see, sometimes when you start an idea, it's good to share. People say that if you share that, people are going to put you down.
Let me, and people, for those joining, why he is talking like this is because my guy here has settled on rice and executing rice well.
You have to. You find one stream, one you perfect on it, then you grow the others.
And then now you expand on the rest.
Wewe ngoja tu. Mchele tu tunauza tu pekee, lakini there's so much coming along the way. Okay. It's that we may not share. Everyone saw the books.
Yeah, by the way, Amazon ikianza ilikuwa vitabu peke yake. Now when they perfected the book system and selling of books, why can't we sell other things on top of
If you to ask me, if I would ask you, between McCuban and the Amazon guy, who looks smarter when they were all starting? No, let's be very frank. If you look at McCuban, and the Amazon Bezos, and how they were speaking from early and long time ago, who do you put is the smartest?
Okay. Being smart does not, you never hit jackpot pia ukiwa mjinga. So let's not equate with the,
I would say that why I would say that is because I think most people would have put off selling of books.
Yeah.
But this guy always says that what he was trying to build is when you go to a library, there's so many shelves. So to his mind, he was using the books as an entry point and studying how can I create a database that later I can be able to bring on board different products into that platform.
Okay. Hi, Emenderito. We fine. Tumesalimiwa na jamaa subscribe wangu anaitwa Emenderito.
Hi, how are you?
I'm going to visit him.
And why people keep calling me, man? Unafikiria ni kama ile, unajua the problem people see on TV, they keep calling you guys. Nimepita. They need to know that we can't pick calls.
Okay, no problem. So this guy, I'm going to visit. He's building a home.
Nice.
A very nice home. Najenga ile by phases.
And I like how you're encouraging people on building homes, by the way. That storytelling is very, very encouraging. In fact, that's why every day I keep calling you and telling you that I'm working on it. I think
but sasa see, by the there is always this question, na ni kitu watu jiuliza. Would you invest, like for you now?
Me, I took my money for house into business.
Na si venye hajajenga, tuseme kenye umejenga, but
just something simple.
Yeah, like your all your effort right now is going to your business.
Yes. All the money that I have is into the business.
Now, there is always this challenge of people who will ask, should I build
or invest?
Ni
kama ile ya nyumba ama ya gari ama shamba.
Shamba.
Ile ya gari ama shamba.
Yeah. I will reach out when I get time. He's a digital. Reach out. Okay. So as I said, so hiyo ni nini kwanga ngumu?
It depends on who is your mentor, by the way.
But it depends at your state in life.
No, it depends who's your mentor, because most of the time the people you go ask that question. No, let me tell you why. You see, when you go to someone who did not go that way of first of all building the house and use that money to invest in business, and it worked, that person will give you go for the business. If you go for someone who built a house, you understand? Now, because I know many people have made this mistake. There are people who have built homes and their business have gone down.
Yeah. Nyumba inaweza kukulia pesa isha.
So building of the house depends. Are you doing it on are you doing it on equity? I'm sorry, I'm from business. Let's talk about it. Are you doing it from your savings or money that you're not going to borrow? But if you're going to borrow, how will your house pay? That's the question.
Is almost by the
it's a liability.
It's a huge liability, especially on the maintenance. People pay attention only on the rent side that you won't be paying. But when you pay rent, that's it. There is no maintenance.
Go research
and the risk.
But
now, me, my value for that, my stand on that is it depends in your position in life. Not only your mentor. It's good of the umesema. It depends with your position in life. The reason why I built this house you're in, it's not that hii nyumba kwangu ni investment. I have over 30 videos. You see?
You're already using the space. That's the point. It is not because you remember the office you used to use. You're no longer in need of that office. You had hired that office.
I'm a content creator. I needed content.
The design is as perfect, is as per what you want.
Out of it, it may inspire people to build. By the way, guys, I've built with this design, and so many people call me, reach out. I even share designs. I share with architects. So this house for me at that particular moment was a wise decision.
And I'm sure this is not the final house for you.
It's
just a stepping stone to where you want to go. Because by the one thing Amenta told me, if you try and build your dream home right now, you going broke unless you are really already achieved it. Utaenda broke.
So Emenderito, During COVID, I noticed if you have money, build fast, that might take. So it's same case here. But now the question is, should you build your dream house? Because the little you're building, I know you're building.
Why would he say? Why would he explain? Why did he explain? Why I would want to understand the logic behind that.
Now, this is my answer here. It depends with your situation in life. For your situation, venye uli resign, you had good money, si ndio? Ukakuja ukaangalia, this is where I want to be in the next 5 years. Si ndio?
Yeah.
We are age mates, so na hata uko na watoto. So ukatiambia, I would rather go rent and then these millions of building that house kakuweka familia 2-3 bedroom ijenge go down.
Yeah, I agree with the money in the go down.
Why? Because you already have a system that is working. Uko na biashara already working and it needs to grow.
Of course, it needed money.
So when you build that go down, hiyo go down imekusaidia and you built it fast. Si ndio?
Yes.
Na imekusaidia. Na hata ulikuwa unaniambia unataka kujenga ingine. Meaning it's working.
I've already done the extension.
So why would you not rent whereas uko na go down? Si hata ili uishi ukirent na biashara ina grow.
Yeah, of course.
Which hii biashara iki grow to a certain point, now you can, in years to come, you can build. My case was different. And every other person's case is different. Mi huambia mtu, angalia, if you're into business, sawa. But someone asikuja kudanganye, you are having a salary. Let's assume you're a teacher.
Yeah.
You are making a salary. Build. Unless you are a teacher who is thinking of business. Because I know very successful
And where are you going to build? Now, there's another challenge. When you want to build. And especially for teachers who I feel sorry for them and other people who you have to be moved from different locations. When you build, how do you choose the location?
Thank you.
Which one?
Same role. Same.
Yeah. Whoa, I think those are initials. Those are initials.
I always see. By the way, sorry for mutilating your name.
It looks like initials.
Yeah, I always go na ikatakatanga. Hii jina yake sijaiweza mention the right way. Sorry for that. Thank you for watching and keeping in touch. She's one of my favorite viewers. She never misses my live streams. Thank you so much. Okay.
Does she love rice?
I don't think she is in Kenya, but when you come to Kenya, she's somewhere in
rice culture. And you see, let me tell you, this is the one thing. It's not even just about she's out of the country, and some of the things about rice. And back to what you're saying, of course, focus with rice. Yeah. Rice in some countries is a culture, like eating, like you see, there's this thing we call broken rice. At the moment, we're having a challenge in the industry of broken rice. Where do we take it? Because everyone in Kenya wants rice without broken. No, bishori without broken. And then you see with this climate issue, rice is being broken. Yeah. It's getting off brokerage. Because when it is in the farm and it doesn't get good rainfall, when you mill it, the broken percentages go up. So one of the things I want to do is make broken rice a culture. Because if you go to Asia, there are special hotels for just broken rice.
It's about the dishes. Because how do you consume rice here? You just boil it. Ama ukijaribu sana, if you try so much, you maybe either you boil it, ama you pirao, ama biryani. But outside there, they have sushi, they have risottos, they have so many rice dishes.
Even rice with meatballs.
Yeah,
rice balls.
Yeah, rice balls. I saw even there are some rice dough, wanachapa. Like so many types of dishes that
oh yes, I love
yeah. So
at the breakfast and dinner especially. Oh my god.
Breakfast and dinner especially. Yeah. By the way, he has a very big company here. Yeah, a business that meals. So what's your business before we go in the support center?
We offer free storage to the farmers as long as you have to meal with us.
How many farmers do you have?
I work with over 100 farmers.
Okay, that's nice.
I work with over 100 farmers, and the beauty of it is that, as like our slogans always says, enriching rice families. So for me, it's not just about the farmers. because my model is based around the ecosystem.
Okay.
I don't only just focus with farmers. I focus with also the vendors across the country that sell rice. You know, we talk. Some of them, like, even we visit.
Okay.
Even like some of them who are affected with the protests that have happened a couple of weeks ago, last month. I even visited one of them because, like, there's one I sent rice on Tuesday, 24th and 25th. Yote imeenda. So you see that's a customer, because for me, coming from media, my job was to, you know, handle customers, you know, to make sure they're feeling good, and I'm able to know what's their problems.
Okay.
So my ecosystem is built on relationships. That's why, like, even when you just ask about farmers, I don't just deal with farmers.
Okay.
I deal with vendors, and like when I look at the database I have of those people, is over 1,000, over 2,000 of people across the country, and I love them, all of them.
Okay. So after the farmers put the rice on your warehouse,
I offer them free storage.
Yeah, okay.
I mill for them.
Okay.
And then I also market it to now the vendors that I have across the country.
That's nice. And one of the vendors now, one of the
used
people...
to be you. And when you left Nairobi, you connected me with one in Hurlingham.
She still sells.
I even visit them. What do you mean? And when I visit them, because she's Mama Mboga, I buy anything on that I need on that day from her and come back. You know, you can imagine. Yeah, just say.
Just say still there.
Hey, my friend, those guys are doing.
How many kgs? Mimi nilikuwa nafanya 200, 150 to 200 in 1 or 2 weeks. So let's go with 100 per week.
100 per week.
Yeah.
For them now in a month, you can find them buying about 600. And you see, for me, the most interesting part, and this is Hurlingham.
That's nice.
I can't wait. I can't wait for when my strategy we reach to that point of having branded. Because you see right now what I've done, we have 2 companies. We have the Baraka that specializes with farmer. Okay. And then we have another company that specializes with market. Okay. You understand? Okay. So that's how you build an ecosystem. You know, you can build an ecosystem through a group of companies. So with this Almanis, the future of it is to brand those products. But for now, we went into a system which was already existing, where farmers just package, write the name on the bag and send.
And how do you make money? Do you nasikia tu farmer?
How we usually make money, one is
because you're offering free storage. Now you go down in cost pesa.
Yes. One, that's why now you see, if you have market, you make sure that farmer sees that there's market ready. So what they're going to do, they are going not to keep rice for long.
They won't keep rice for long
because now there's that demand for milling.
So now
you see the store will continue having rice if there's no market. But when you have market, what is going to happen is that you find that the store, there's a turnover. Are you getting my point? There was someone who was storing 100 bags but can sell it for a year. But what if that person you converted by having market, that rice is staying in that place for example, let's say 6 months, because now there's demand. Now they have to go look for more rice.
But where sasa farmer akiharvest
analeta, lakini now anapata kuna market ready. Running.
Nice. That's nice, which is awesome. So you can, and the good thing is about your quality. It was good quality for me. Now from there, there is one some project here, sports, and that's why even these guys who are watching it on sports and business.
Yes.
So that's initiative. And you wanted how much it's something very different with what I do, but because it's a good initiative, nikasema why not? Talk about it because you're doing something unique. We both love basketball. That's
we started with basketball. By the way,
basketball.
It brings people together. I'm sorry, I'm texting some people here. My job is still going on, and I've seen some calls from the job. I'm sure you.
Formal. This is not a formal setting. Easy KTN.
You want me to pick a call? You know, now for me, unfortunately, I come from the media background. And kuna code of ethics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tukiongea juu ya hiyo, how are you hata umevaa Mwea Heat?
Now this is our new baby, like a CSR kind of a thing.
It's a CSR, and it's a sports league and sports team host what?
This is a basketball program.
Okay. Or Mwea Heat is a basketball program. Okay.
Why some people confuse it for a team is because we are coming off a 6 months proof of concept. Okay. Whereby I think you see even with Almanis, we did some proof of concept. Okay. Because you're doing something new. Okay. You understand? So this basketball is also new for us. We have coming off a proof of concept. And the proof of concept, you find that you have to look at all angles of what you're doing. Because even Almanis, which sells rice, I cannot say that the way we have perfected today is how we began. For me, I was lucky enough to meet one of the people who could have invested in Almanis very early. But I think that exposure came too soon. Because I have presented to the former, you remember Meg from US, the Senator Meg. She came, like I got a chance to present to Senator Meg too early. Like if I got to present it to her today, I would be more prepared than I was then. Because when you start an idea, sometimes we forget to look at the profitability, and we are so much into looking at, oh my God, I don't know why these calls are so many. You forget to look at the profitability. Sometimes you may be driven by passion, you know, because most of our business ventures are passion driven.
Lakini Kenya kuna passion driven.
You said umesema hapa tuko nini? I need to tell these people I'm somewhere I can engage.
I can just mute you. So guys, if you have question for our guy here, ask. Muulize maswali. Na kamera yake itazima at some point, so mtaniwia radhi, I have to change the batteries. Yeah, so that's my best camera. As you can see, the hiyo camera yenye unatumia is my best. The problem is their cables, the dummy batteries. Nimetafuta yake nimeipata leo. Nimeitafuta tao because I just got it today. And I wanted it to arrive delivery before you come.
Nice.
Haikufika, so ukafika before. So
Niko live mahali. Is it urgent?
Which is better.
Niko live on YouTube. Is it urgent?
So
I am done. Sorry about that. I'm very sorry about that.
So his name is wanasema jina yako. That's their phone number. Let me show you.
But to something that I was talking about, the passion. People need to understand that when you begin the business, I think a lot of people say that you need to have passion about it. But as time goes by, you realize that the most important thing is also understanding where the profit margins.
Okay.
Like currently, our profit margin, I wouldn't say that they're very high.
Okay.
And that's why, like, as we go ahead, we are trying to see how do we maximize that, because you find that also the banks want to know. How are you working on that? Banks looks at so many things, you know. But passion may be very key when you're starting, but at some point at the end, there's profitability that has to be there.
Okay.
You know, you cannot do it for so long with passion. You cannot, my friend.
So that's...
Even with this Mwea Heat, we know right now, it may not be profitable. It may not, like, we cannot come and say that we can attribute certain amount of kilos that have been sold through Mwea Heat. Because I have not reached the maximization of what I want to achieve. Because let me tell you, in some future time to come, you may find that you'll be having food experiences of rice, even in the courts, in different tournaments. So does it mean in future that we're going to venture into a kitchen? That kitchens are aligned with sports events.
So for guys who are looking for his number, that's their number for rice orders, Baraka Rice Miras in Mwea. And she's Francis Moneki, online anajitanga the Duke of Mwea. So that's for those who are looking. See, nilijaribu kuweka, I'm yet to understand this program. So
it's okay, yeah. I've told you you have done amazing job so far.
So, I tried to put your name here.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so hapa ndo sasa Mwea Heat. So Mwea Heat have occasions every weekend.
I think most people are asking me why basketball, because basketball is not famous in Mwea. Hata ijulikani.
Hata sidhani Mwea watu wanacheza.
I'm just
mko na basketball.
I've put up some rims in some few schools, and then now luckily enough we got Kagio High, which accepted to be part of our program. For them, they already have a court,
which is not even in Mwea.
No, they're in Mwea actually. They are in our they are in Mwea Mwea
But
Mwea
you
West.
Can imagine the distance from
where I drive from my place to
Kagio. It's quite a distance.
It's quite a distance.
Almost 15 kilometers.
It's quite a distance. I started the program in my town in a day school, but I found that the progress of this thing, if I want it to be, you see, also the thing you want to do is when you're doing a proof of concept, you would want it to do it in a place that it will give you faster results.
Okay.
Like now, you see, Kagio has been able to give me county finals.
Yeah.
We might have lost, but you see those kids that went for those county all the way to the counties. This was their first time, and even immediately after losing, I did not mind to reward them with a trip to Pioneer International School to play with the best team in the central region, for them, so that they can feel what they have lost, the opportunity they have lost to go and meet people how they play in the central region. Okay. First of all, they were shocked, but luckily for them, they did not play the A team. That one would have dismantled their hopes. So they were.
Speaking of that, we went to a tournament in Nyeri. Nikiwa tu mkubwa hivi. Ilikuwa 2017.
Oh, we were with you. We met that Sudi guy. That Msudi alikuwa ametoka US. Wewe usinikumbusha, alinipiga cross nikashikilia chini na mikono yote mbili. But then, I will never forget. That is the only guy in my entire life of basketball. Amenipiga cross. Nilishika chini na miguu yote mbili. But you know, I understand that guy was from US. And alikuwa left. And you know, one player beat us on that game. You know, this guy. This guy is from US. This guy was from US. So wow. Oh my God. It was very embarrassing. But oh my, you just how are you? Yeah, so we are just from Pioneer this Sunday. They played the B team and they won because there was no pressure. You see, when we went for the counties, they had a lot of pressure because most of them are in Form 2. They have never found themselves in this space.
And it's good, especially my boy child.
Yes.
The second, by the you know, in
now the funny thing, like now kuchekeshe, most of the players in that team are from Mwea. Na mmoja wao I want to go visit. Anachezanga na mti, ameweka ring ya chuma. Na anacheza na bola ya karatasi. He's from Mwea. So as much as we say this game is not famous in Mwea, there are people that went to school and have seen that basketball ring. That because tumezoea kutupa mawe kwa shamba tukifukuza ndege. You know, it takes a lot of accuracy. It takes a lot of accuracy.
Yeah.
I think where we can be able to give the best shooters in basketball. Hata kama tuna height mingi.
Menderito anauliza kama unauza pishori rice. Yeah, this is pishori rice. Pure pishori rice. Wife amesema it's pure pishori rice.
Yeah, mpaka umeandika yeye. That's Eve Baraka Rice. We work together. She's my colleague. She's my wife. She's been a very supportive system, supportive system. Yeah. And she's our brand. She's the image. Yeah. She held down the business when I was away as the image. Okay. In fact, the first time I brought my face into this business was after I resigned.
Yeah, unafaa kukuja hapa sasa anze content, Yeah, kuna watu wanasema tukikuja game tutakuwa tunaitisha order as Ambient Nights,
Nice.
Yeah. Guys, you can continue. Give me a break. Sometimes kuna numbers mimi nashindango ku assume. Just a small break. I take this call.
So my
Sorry guys, I can't.
Our mics are both on.
They are both on.
Now you see that the issue of business people, you'll be getting calls, and there's calls that you cannot ignore. Yeah. And I look forward to the days that I might have a personal assistant. Yeah, I look forward to the day that I will have a personal assistant, and because the economy haiko poa vile, akuje kama anaweza fanya driving, a personal driver and a personal assistant. Because you see, sometimes even when I look at people who have personal drivers, I'm assuming they make a lot of calls with that driver in there. Because you see, it's not right now. I was speaking to someone. The economy is challenging at the moment. And one of the things I learned when I was in media, when there was a lot of firing, because at that time, I would say my employer fired 1,000 people in 1 week. 1,000 people were fired in 1 week. In fact, alikuwa anaita watu kwa room. So the head of department will call people. Like now, if it's marketing, habari zenu. Don't tell me, but that must be standard anyway. No, I mean not mention. No, it was not standard actually. It was another media company. Let's not mention it. But the funny thing is that one thing I have learned, because the two companies that employed me, and I think that was the importance of me going to be employed, because Baraka people need to understand that it was a family business that was Juakali. That even at some point my parents were like, this is dying, because you see my parents were coming off employment, so they had just begun it as, luckily for them, when they had left employment, walikuwa na some package of going to do whatever they can do. Most people end up in into farming. But for them, they were lucky enough to find someone's business that was dying with a mill. So they bought the business. Understand? They bought the business. And you buy someone else's dream or someone else's business. Especially because you see, when you're coming off employment, you don't have the much energy that is needed for someone who is starting a business, and it is a risk. So you're just looking for convenience, like trying to look, what can I do now? At the age of 50s and up, you cannot be the same as someone who is starting at 30. You understand? So even when I was coming on board, you find that my parents were almost at the age, that thing of situkuna pension. But you see, for me, I've always had this thing in my mind. I would never want a business that was doing well, because when they got out of employment, there's a time of age they were enjoying the fruits of that business, and it was the pride of the town. So if it goes down, people will be saying there was, and for me, I was not ready for their worst. So even when I was employed in Nairobi, I started asking myself, media has a lot of money. Because you see, media, like for me in my department, you'd be paid the percentage of the money you bring. Oh, you're on sales. Yeah, I was in sales, and I'm an accountant. And that's why I want to tell people that if you ukona mdomo tamu, you're going to make money. Because you see, even when you're an engineer, you need sales. When you're an accountant, you need sales. So even if I have studied accounting, mdomo tamu is what is needed to take your business, even in accounting, to the next level. I can see you're getting some feedbacks. Kuna mtu amesema tukikuja. Oh yeah, hiyo nilikuwa. Thank you so much for the shout outs. You and your wife. Yeah. There is someone from Twitch, Win. Thank you. Yeah, we are live on 5 platforms today: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, and Kick. Tunaenda kote. We are going everywhere. Some places, but we are just trying. Tunajaribu tu kukua, just trying something new here and there. So for anyone who wants to reach out to Baraka Rice Millers, that's their number. And for the business, not for Francis. But if you want to reach Francis, unaweza muulizia tu hapo. Unajua leo nimepigiwa na mtu na personal line. And I asked a lot of questions. Labda alifikiria, huyo ni nini? You know, it's because even in this business, people have been conned. And I get sometimes calls from customers calling my personal line. And the first question I have to ask you, and I tell people I explain to them, the reason I would ask you why you got my personal line is because you find sometimes you don't expect someone to call you from your personal line unless they've gotten it from someone that has your number. But apparently here someone has already given my number on YouTube. I don't know who it is. Maybe it was a shout out whereby that person did not understand that the number they have is my personal number. But they have already given out a shout out that I sell pure picture rice on their YouTube. I appreciate that. But I always tell people, sometimes when you have my personal line, I might fail you because you might find me in meetings. Like maybe like the way I'm here with you, maybe a customer is calling me, and that's what I'm saying. Like in future, I'm likely to have a PA because this number is almost turning out not to be private. It's turning out to be more of a business number. And I always find myself, I wouldn't want to keep apologizing to customers why I am not available to serve you. As much as Kenyans have this trend of I am speaking to the owner.
So by the way, that number is always on. It has someone who is
yeah, that number is a call center.
Yeah, it's basically. By the way, I like the way that you approach that business very professionally from the one.
You have
I remember that ukiwa tao nilikuwa naona unachukua, you are teaching your parents about bookkeeping. You opened a company.
Yes.
You made it a company.
Yes.
There was no shortcuts when you are going there.
Even kuelewana, writing it down.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah, these are our shares. Kila mtu ako na shareholding hapa.
Yes.
I like that kind of system and practice because now you give that business life.
Exactly, like the way you're asking about Akina Kok. It's the foundation of the founder. Do you know one thing that you may not have known? For any company to be listed in any stock exchange, because I have even been approached by those people. Not that I'm big enough, but they are trying, and I like how the government, like now, some of these corporates, these governments are trying to do, is try and identify companies when they are small and grow with them. So not that I've reached a point I can be listed, but what they're doing is that I like how some government organizations, the communication, the CMA, is that the Capital Markets Authority? Yeah. They are trying also to reach out to small companies, talking to them, growing with them. So I went for one of the seminars, and do you know one of the requirements for you to be listed is having a will?
I didn't know that.
Hey, I didn't know you need to have a will. You know why? There's no way when this company you begin as a founder, now you start bringing on board new people, and you're one of the majority shareholders. Then tomorrow your family is fighting.
Yeah, for that. It do happen that that's something I didn't know, but it's something people who watch this channel know that I've shared my story as well.
Yeah, I know your story of the challenge that you went through, and I watched it. It was very interesting.
And it's one of the biggest mistakes I made was kufanya vitu from the one as kienyeji style.
Are you sure that I know you to be professional?
Yes, time sikuwa. Let me tell you something. Up to 2019, everything that I was doing
was jokali.
Haikuwa na structure. I was not giving structure things. Sikuwa napatia kitu. I started structure when now I started Vovasoko with you. When now the soda business went down, that's when the soda business had some structure, nimejaribu kuweka systems, all those, but a proper structure where like, how can I explain a proper structure? Like now we are trying to build Mjengo Tracker. You can see here.
You told me about the Mjengo Tracker, and I've told you I've been having a lot of challenge about that. We'll go back to that, but you can continue.
I will tell you about Mjengo Tracker sometime later. One challenge I'm having, even right now with myself, is how to divide myself and give it time and give it, like, I know my role is the marketing officer, CMO, or whatever. There is someone who is handling the other basics.
This is for the Mjengo man, not for the
Mjengo Tracker.
The Mjengo Tracker. But how many people are you?
So we are 2 founders.
2 founders.
Only 2.
So what, you the other guy is more of a tech guy.
Yeah, he's the technical guy. He is the technical guy. Yeah, and then me, I'm the marketing guy because of my profile.
Yeah.
And now it's something that was born. By the way, it's very different when you result. We shall speak on it. But structure, when you umesema, they are very nice. Good structures are nice. Because
structures are very important.
Anything without structure, inanga migu.
Can I tell you something? I can hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay. You were talking about the structures and being professional. You see, with this system that you're building, there's one mistake a lot of people make. You see, technology has come to simplify what we do, but unfortunately, some of us are so quick to create a system and say it is complete. At a go, like there's someone you're going to say, I want a system that does like Mjengo Tracker, but that system you're going to create it in 1 month. completed, street, it's done. Let me tell you, I remember we did that with some system. I won't mention what it does. And I went to my mentor who is in IT. He's big in this country. Big. Let me tell you, big to, I won't mention the people he meets. And we were told, go scrap this thing off. Start from zero. I was like, what do you mean? He said that you need to go work on the sales module, perfect the sales module for like 2 weeks, for like a month or 2, as you build others. Do you know where technology came from? It came from something we call business reengineering. So anyone who does systems, anyone who does business, even when you're getting into business, this is how I was able to make Baraka work. And anything that I'm working on Almanis right now is I do what we call business reengineering. Because there's no business that you're investing from zero. Is you ask yourself that people that are in it, this is what they do. Then you cannot come do the same thing because there's nothing you're changing. Unless you're going to South Sudan, whereby there's no that such business. And you're starting there. So that means you are a monopoly. So if you're not coming in as a business and space that you're a monopoly, you need to do business reengineering, which means you come and I'll give you a good example. Because the first technology that came out of business engineering was an ATM. People long ago would come line up in a bank, right? So the banks asked themselves, people are queuing a lot. That is Maju. People are queuing a lot. What do we do? And in most process of business reengineering, there's always one setback: firing of people.
Yeah.
There's one setback. So they came and said, people will come, line up. What do most people do? Deposit. We withdrew. They have to go to the teller. How many minutes does the teller take? How many minutes? Da. So business and engineering simply means you don't start at A, you start at Z. Unakuja ukiscrap off, what don't I need here? That is simply re-engineering.
And when you umesema ni ukweli, because the most successful businesses, they sasa sisi, we are trying to replace books and sheets,
which I'm working on, and it's boring. Like I have to keep writing.
Yeah. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to do away with the pen, Mjengo. We are trying to do away with papers, and we are trying to do away with Excel sheets. Very things.
Yes.
Why? Because you are giving you a platform where you can basically pick a picture,
the document,
the receipt that you took, through AI, capture that data, post kwa Mjengo tracker. So all your expenses for the day are captured. Zenye hazikuwa zimeandikwa down, you just write down with your phone on the app or on the platform. It's very easy program. It's a very easy solution you're offering. And you're just basically keeping track of your records. And people, what would you realize? Why should I keep track of my expenses in anything? Like sasa ukijenga, it's a one and for all. No, you keep track to know the value of that unit. You keep track to understand pesa in case ukaikuwa na hiyo kitu, to have something to benchmark with.
Yes.
You see? And you keep track to know the total, yani kujipanga.
You see, like now
pesa
today,
ngapi umetumia,
like now if you ask me how much nimetumia.
Oh, ni mimi. Yeah, continue sir.
You see, like now for me, there's one thing I hate, being asked by people, how much at now have you spent? Because you see, when you're in this business and you're management, and you're in management of business, in most cases you find yourself in meetings whereby you didn't expect to be asked a question. Okay. You know, you might find Mwangi wa Equity akuulize, so far umetumia pesa ngapi kwa hiyo mjengo? But then, you know, I didn't tell you, I was in a meeting with the CEO, Dr. Mwangi wa Equity. And wow, it felt very nice by the way. It was very encouraging to share the same floor. Unajua sasa pale Equity headquarters wako na floor, I think 4, and I was on the 4th floor. And you see, in such a place, you need to have numbers in your fingertips. So sometimes there are people you meet and you fear to talk to them because he will ask some figures that you're not yet ready. And that's why you need systems. Because now there's something we call the dashboard, the one you're talking about. Because I'm sure like now for Mjengo track, I'm sure you have a dashboard. You need to have a dashboard. and can tell me these are the cements, this is what, this is cement, this is nails. Yeah. So I know there are many systems for tracking budget, tracking cost.
Yeah.
But now as Mujengo, I would want to look at it, and I know that because it's been built by people who are specialized with the Mujengo, I know they have been able to realize these are the key points for anyone that is building.
Yeah. For that, I will show you a good example. You can continue. You can continue. I show you some the examples. So sasa tuongee. So Mwea Hit, hii title ya hii video ilikuwa mambo ya sports na business. Mwea Hit, what's the plan now with Mwea Hit?
Mwea Hit, I've told you, we picked a sport that is not famous in Mwea, but has got people that are coming up individually. And these people are the one we want to specialize with. I don't know, I need to pick this one. Hello, niko meeting, niko mkutano, ni agent. What is it? Wapi pande gani? Pande gani? Si mufunge. No problem. Anyway, it's a good thing that I've been called. I'm just told that there's a security concern. Yeah, the side of Mwea. So, okay, I'm just going to organize myself. No, right now. At night. Unfortunately, now there's a security concern.
Serious? From yesterday?
No, now. Right now, at night. There's an issue that has come up. So, that's why I've seen the calls from some very many people. I would also want to know that my people have closed, because I would want them to close as military now. Yeah, so I hear that now there's an issue going on in there right now. So those are my families calling me that I should not go back to Mwea. Mumefunga?
That's serious? Wow, I didn't expect that.
Nemahinga, mama manage. Sawa, acha nijue. Okay. Sawa. In fact, the funny thing is, even the major concern was that moving around that was not good at this moment. People can confuse you for the wrong people. So drive around at night, and I don't like driving my that Subaru at night. So mumeweza kutoka? Wamefunga? Hata nijua kama wamefunga.
Guys,
Aye.
That's serious.
Yeah, so it's a concern.
Yani, what? Hawezi jua what is happening. Wow. That's serious. Hata nimeshtuka.
So I'm trying to gather what is happening.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening in this country now. Hello.
Mumeweza
kuwa mmefunga?
Ni kunoma. It's tough, man.
Kufunga?
It's tough,
So hiyo noma ijafika town yetu.
Titus Kaberia, that's
harakisheni mfunge.
Yeah, that's pure pishori.
Mko ndani kwani?
It's pure pishori.
Rosa. So I think hello Rosa. De gusakana. Rosa is in emergency. Tafadhali endeni home kwanza. Hakuna kwanza ni safety. Ni tutahesabu Rosa. Ni emergency. Rosa is an emergency. Gurubani na nego na no yoke cold. You know the other day they wanted to come.
So we have an emerging red set.
Hello. The trauma. You know, living at this moment with what these countries are in. Even when you are
Okay, we back.
Yeah, so this is that's
budget, the amount is 26. Budget is budget 200. So all these, na zingine uweke so that's nakupatia a breakdown. So ukitaka kujua how much you are spent on weathering, gives you money holding structure.
Does it have mode of payment?
Mode of payment,
You see now, with the current situation of a lot of career.
We don't have a wallet.
No. What I mean is mode of payment in terms of, does it capture the mode of payment?
Yeah.
Did I pay through the bank? Did I pay cash? Yeah.
Let's say I'm doing this. Let's say we are on the channel prior. Quality, quantity. Then payment method.
Oh, nice. M-Pesa, bank, card, cash. I think there's other question.
And then from there, you can browse your and have a receipt. That receipt.
Yeah. What do you have anything special for casual? That's where else we have a lot of problems with.
Now,
with a lot.
You see,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
you can see hata kwa shamba yangu expenses za shamba yangu.
So the categories are what and what?
Yeah, some that we have already created for you. For Mzengo.
Is the system like free download or?
Yeah. They have. So and she have comes to so after the has divided into so in a year part then our pricing is our price.
Oh, so the features. Oh, it's a free usage for 1 month.
Yeah. Then
many of your customers may be. Most of your customers may have to find that word.
When you're building, you know, now that's where it comes. So let's assume you're putting a phone for now you know wrong from
Oh yeah, the people who build for a lengthy period over time. I have a question.
No, I'm just now that.
Okay, explain that part for paying back.
Now you can stay.
Who attend the house? So you pay him
then you want to see
on the platform.
You want to see how much money is spent and where and why these why did you post it? You want to get that assuming you make later personal data.
Now I get it.
Now,
You instead of going to look for an video and buy everything that he had.
yeah,
Especially even the drones.
Yeah. Kama huyo anafanya mpaka project plan. You buy it at 1,487. As the company gets something for that money, na wewe as the owner, okay, some of the projects so hapa kwa my dad, waliarize hapa Miami, I need some and those
Yeah.
and I withdraw money.
Hii ni balance that tusha withdraw already, that hiyo ni yenye tumebaki. How long has this been live on? I just have this so I want to new expense but as so instead of doing all that, like now you're doing plumbing and you have bought so many things for plumbing.
Yeah, sasa hauna time ya
yeah. You can capture the receipt or what you
yeah, now I do it. And then I I'm using my phone and then I do it here is it. This is the areas as now. So this is the scan receipt. So I just go there and take that. And then now with that,
then had written.
Yeah, and then what you want
Yeah, so mata address ya madaktari.
Go deliver it. So you have for that. Yeah, what do you
Oh my God! I don't. It has happened to everyone.
So the only thing that Isaac is supplier, so I can just come here and say, I think so because I didn't specify Nizanini, so I just said kama ni plumbing
massive and
then now you come
one was treated this someone who I think in my next construction I just need to hand over this to my accountant. It was and you see these things are very important because when the taxman need such things to be able to. And then you see with this, are you able to, like, now for us when we get everything, are you able to share an account for this one? As nothing, something that you need to lose.
Everything that you're saying
Whereby
is
you
there.
can add someone just
Yeah,
and
let me show
you,
you. And I will show you.
and then the link can expire. Also, it's for me to, I can delete that. But it's just a user account whereby they can join and
So
check.
if you go to
For them to, yeah,
there
okay,
is something
okay.
called so those numbers, so you can invite. There are so many things about that. You guys don't, right? And then you can be and she's there. So Frank,
for me, I want to say that
someone said the music.
What about the music?
Oh, been a great talk. Wonderful work, Mr. Batman. And the music is too loud, bro. Thank you. Sorry, I had seen that. Sorry for that.
We had put the music when we had the news of some emergencies in Moya.
Yeah.
We don't know what is going on, but we just hope that everyone is safe.
Isa for that. My bad. Bad for the music. My bad for the music. I didn't realize I secretly switch off the music on my end. Sorry for that. Yeah. One man should buy. Watch so that I can employ someone.
Before we went live, nilikwambia Ima one man show is just for now.
Watch kabisa.
It's just for now. There will come a time whereby it's going to be. You look at the journey that you have had.
Yeah.
And it's a short period of time that we'll be able to achieve what you have achieved right now.
Yeah.
Not many have been able to do in that span of time. So I believe that there's greater things coming from you, that you have been very consistent. That's what I like about you, consistent. And you see, the thing you are saying about professionalism, you're now very professional with these ventures that you're doing at the moment. So I think the thing that I can end it up with is that we need to be professional with everything that we are doing. Okay. Don't look at it that it is too small.
Yeah.
And then you want to become professional when it is big.
You start from the.
You have to start when it is at the beginning to become professional. Yeah. Like today, I was sitting down with someone that we are doing this Moya Hit, and we were trying to become professional about it. Yeah. Because this project, as much as it's still under our companies trying to support, I can't execute it alone. And there's 2 people that I'm working with, and we had to sit down and see how professional are we. The things that you have to note down and say, this is your job. Are you able to achieve that? So be professional from the beginning. That's what I can end with. Be professional.
Thank you sir. Na kamera ijaniangusha. Kumbe inaweza enda masaa mingi. Imeenda 1 hour 24 minutes.
You're always about quality, I know you. Ununge kitu mbokono. You're always at quality. Nimekwambia hata mimi nikienda kununua kamera nilisema nitakupigia simu.
Thank you. So thank you guys. As I said, this month ni live. Na kutafuta content ya daily ni ngumu, so
I'll be coming many times.
But it's good exercise for me.
I'll be visiting many times.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it's good for this.
And one of these days we can do it from our end there in Moya.
Tunaweza kuja tufanye ile live streaming tukizunguka huko kwako to see what you are doing and exactly what
with the new site in future we can host you guys. Bado tunaijenga polepole kama wewe tu venye umeenda tu polepole.
Yeah.
Watu wengi wananiuliza mambo ya launch. Me, I'm not into launch at the moment. You move polepole.
Yeah. So sorry for the music. Najua kuna watu wameboeka. Sijui ilinipita and the notification bar haikuwa inanionyesha kitu.
I think we were so much into the system as we were showing.
The system. So sorry for that. Sorry. I take note for next time. Anyway, guys, thank you. Any other question? Any question today? Kuna mtu ako na swali? Hata kama si ya hii topic, I'm willing to tackle.
Utaweza kuiona ikiwa pale au itatokea hapa?
Yeah, itatokea. So if there is any question, someone said, be professional from the beginning. I will take that. Thank you. Wayne Baki, someone who used to play basketball, said, been a great talk. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Any person with any question or anything before I close out? Yeah, tomorrow tutapatana kesho. Yeah, same time, 6:30 every day. 6:30 every day. So yeah, Monday to Friday, 6:30 every day. Thank you. Yeah, na umekaribishwa huku, kuna vitanda mingi.
Yeah, my God, man.
Itabidi.
Even the people I'm feeling sorry for are the students, but let's discuss that off air. What is happening in this country is not something nowadays I'm off politics kabisa.
Yeah, kuna haja.
So
if you're interested with rice, yeah, that's the number. Go and talk to Baraka Rice Miras. Yeah. Thank you guys, and see you next time.